We have to be able to run the ball. What do y'all think are the biggest keys to this game for the defense this week? Put it in the comments. I'm gonna give y'all my three. First and foremost, we have to create turnovers on defense. If we don't create turnovers on defense, I'm telling y'all this now, it's gonna be a long game. It'll be much like the Florida game. Like we created one turnover, but we had a block punt and what, 2 interceptions? No, we created 2 turnovers, but a block punt and then we threw 2 picks. So we still lost a turnover battle. We have to win a turnover battle. And then secondly, our special teams units have to play better overall. Punt return, punt, kickoff return, field goal block. Like everybody, we have to elevate around the worst unit on the team right now, which is the offense. Like special teams has to be productive at something. Like we can't let balls that bounce on the 10 end up as touchbacks. We got to do the little things on special teams. And then, of course, as always, we got to stop the running. If we don't stop the Oklahoma run game, they don't Hawkins, he's not going to have to throw the ball. I promise you. They'll line up and run that ball every which way if we don't line up and stop the run. So, stop the run, win the turnover battle, and elevate our special teams play. Those are my top 3 things for the defense because I don't care what y'all say. As a defender, I might be biased. Defense wins championships. Defense wins you games. So defense has to step up. Niblet, terrible isn't the word. Again, it's decision making. Like when you look at this Texas team, everything comes down to split second decisions, instincts, awareness, and in game decision making. We're not good decision makers, and I put that on coaching. Simply because you can train guys to make the right decision in critical moments. We look like we don't know that moment is coming. That's where my issue lies with the coaches. So when it's talking about fielding punts, that's on the coaches. Why? Because you're not putting him in enough situations where he understands that he has to feel like fielding every punt is critical. Why? Because the average punt bounces like 18 yards, almost 2 first downs that you lose if you let a punt hit the ground. On average, that's the average. I learned that my freshman year in college, never forgot it. So I like it bothers me when he doesn't field punts, but I don't think he's terrible at it. I think his judgment is bad. Yeah, okay. So I'm with you there. Kobe Black played really small versus that kid from Florida. He played very small at the top of routes for a guy that he's all of 6'2", probably 200, 190 plus, right? He played soft at the point of attack, and that bothered me. Gilbo played probably the best out of the secondary last week. That's the crazy part. He played the best. He gave up the 1 3rd down, but that was more so poor execution in terms of the call and the front and his inside help. They ran man, they ran mesh. Mesh is a man beater, so I can live with that one. The way Kobe Black fell on that long touchdown, that should never happen. Do I think Mateer played? This is a good question. I don't even think it matters. Again, they can run the ball with or without him. So, but I do think he tries and plays, or he has a package of some sort. I have a hard time with how big this game is to both schools. I have a hard time believing that I won't see him out there at least trying to play, or what they might do is have him dress, go through warm-ups to make us think he's going to play, and then not have him play. But do I think he plays? Yes, and I'm putting it 60-40 that he plays. That kid in Florida is a man. That guy's bigger than Jeremiah Smith. Yeah. I don't know if he's bigger. Like Jeremiah Smith is all of 6'2", 6'3", 220 and some change. So like Jeremiah Smith is a real dude. Like he's built like an NFL body. That all the top guys I've seen and been around yet. Like Jeremiah Smith is different. But this week is a definitely prove a game. Oklahoma is like, like this is everything, but this is more important to us. Like this means way more to us, or it should mean more to us right now because of the loss we are coming off of. On offense, the 3 keys to the game: protecting Arch, running the football, protecting Arch. That's it. Not gonna overcomplicate this. If Arch is out there taking hits, I'm telling you, you thought Florida was bad. This Oklahoma D line is better than Florida's. I'm telling you what I know, and I've watched the tape of all these schools that Texas plays. This Oklahoma D line is talented, and Venables is a creative mind on defense. So if we don't call out the protections the right way, Arch is going to get teed off on, and then y'all see, and then everyone to get their wish, and we'll get to see the backup. I'm telling you what I know. I'll give them over the season for Texas for this year and going forward. Ooh, is this the biggest game of the season for Texas? I think every game is the biggest of the season for Texas because we don't know what team's going to show up. Like in total honesty, it wouldn't surprise me if Texas came out and played their best game of the year. Wouldn't surprise me. And then turn around the following week versus Kentucky and struggled. Like that is the epitome of what this team is right now. Highs and lows. So it wouldn't surprise me if we see just what we've been waiting on since week one. It would not surprise me. It would not surprise me that we see this team ball out. I'm telling you what I know. Just I have a strange feeling. We ball out, beat a ranked team, get back in the top 25, and then struggle versus Kentucky. Asking for a miracle on offense. Yeah, I know because our O-line is playing terrible. And now it makes sense why the previous 3 games, if you go back and like notice, they were rotating the guard center guard combo, trying to see who was the best one. And clearly we didn't come up with a good answer because Florida said we're going to isolate the left guard as many times as possible. That's all they did. Like they found creative ways to get the left guard isolated. And he was taking some losses. Left guard, right tackle. We're getting, just manhandled up front. Texas needs to use the screen game. So that's what, so y'all can see this comment. This is, to me, this is a very true statement. I don't think we throw enough screens. Screens are really good for quarterbacks, young quarterbacks especially, because it gets the ball out, it eliminates the thinking, and it gets them in a rhythm of just ball placement. Because screens have to be put in certain areas so that guys can catch and run. Like as crazy as it sound, it's okay. Okay, I've hit 6 of those. Now I'm ready to push the ball outside the numbers. And we need to let Arch throw outside the numbers. All of his picks come when after he's hanging the ball in between the numbers or in between the hashes. Like, don't just let him throw outside the numbers. Let him drop back, throw outside the numbers. But yes, we do need to run more screens and especially a draw. I was expecting to see more of the draw game after we couldn't just line up and run the ball and get 4 or 5 yards. I was expecting to see more halfback draws. We ran a quarterback draw on like 3rd and like 14 in the second half that in theory could have been a good call had he not called it off of RPO. But yeah, I would love to see more screens because we have a lot of guys who can get involved. Jack injuries, Wingo, Parker, both backs, all the backs. Just it to me, that's an easy way to get guys touches, get those guys going as well, not just the quarterback. OU defense will be hunting. What? Yeah, that's my fear. That's why that's why I said the O-line play is going to be pivotal when it comes to this game this weekend. Like our O-line has to be ready to play because they are watching this Florida game and licking their chops at this point. Like, oh, we're good. Like all we got to do is stop the run early, make them throw the ball. That's the formula to beat Texas right now. Stop the run early, make them throw the ball. Because now when we become predictable, one, we don't get open unless Arch buys time, or we don't protect long enough for guys to get open. Like, so it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. So yeah, this OU defense is good. Venables is a good play caller. He's creative. That's what worries me. Because Florida did things that Ohio State did week 1, just with simulated pressures. All that is they find a creative way to rush 4 people. They'll just blitz a nickel, rush 3 linemen, drop 1, sack. That's all Florida did. And Ohio State did it week 1, and we still haven't figured out how to identify the 4 down, which is kind of worrisome. OU would tell me a lot about yeah. I mean, ultimately, even though I have my keys to the game and everyone's chiming in with their keys, at the end of the day, we have to be more physical at the point of attack. Florida manhandled us from opening kickoff to the ending whistle. They control that game, and they control it up front. They controlled the physicality by just how they tackled. They tackled with violence and got downs quickly and got guys down quickly. That's the mark of a good tackling football team, is how fast a guy goes down. Not if he goes down, how fast does he go down? Almost like wrangling a cow. Like, it's time. Like, get him down quickly. Texas, we were holding guys up. We're tripping them up. We're we were the nail, not the hammer. And if we're not the hammer this week versus OU, it's going to be a long day. I can almost guarantee that. Valid point. This is a valid point. We don't block well out in space. And it's crazy because I don't think we have the athletes for the offense that Sark runs, which is crazy to say, but I don't think we don't have the athletic linemen who can operate in space while also creating power to run the offense that he really wants to run. Yeah, so Wingo has to get involved, but his game is predicated on either deep balls, screens, or reverses, right? So it's a matter of how we get him the ball. Honestly, I would put Wingo back to return punts every third punt, every second punt, something like that. Because to me, he's a guy. He just needs the ball in his hand. If he gets a crease, he can crib one. Sark, let's see. What are you talking about here? Sark's West Coast finesse styles being wrecked in the SEC game. It took Lane a bit to adjust. Yeah, like, so I don't think it's how he's calling the game. It's just you need a certain, so like when you look at good teams up front offensively, like as a scout, you look for athletic tackles, guys who can operate in space in the run and pass game. They don't have to be maulers. Like, if you have one, you can play with them probably, but you want guys who can just on an island and pass pro, they can win. Your guard, center guard, they have to be bouncers. They got to be big dudes nobody like. Like, I mean, mean, nasty, tough, big hands, wide butts. Like, you want to get uncomfortable when you're alone in the elevator with them. That's what you want from your guards. And I don't think we have that in the interior of our line where you when you look at Florida's guards, massive, massive. And I played in NFL with some big dudes like Gabe Jackson and Josh Sidden, like 330, 340. That's how Florida guards look. Our guards, they didn't look like that. So I think it's more so of the personnel of fitting what he wants to do. And he'll get it because he's going to adjust after this season. I watch. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Victor. I can see why you say that. I can, but at the same time, we need we need to get some we need that element of the game and in Texas offense. Like, we need a gadget guy, a screen, a reverse, a throwback guy, a guy who, if we just get him the ball in space, he's gonna make things happen. Is it Niblet? And like, you got to think. I put all this out there. This team is young. This team isn't nowhere near as experienced or as good as last year's team right now. Now, could they be in the future? Yes, and that's what we're banking on, the future. So, um, like, it's let them figure it out, and they will, because they have to. If not, no one's going to be there. All the players will leave, coaches will be fired. You know how it goes. So Nibbler experience isn't over yet. We just have to find his spots of how we get him the ball. Is it catch? Is it catch? Is it throw, catch, run? Is it getting him the ball on a move? Is it getting him a toss? Is it getting him a bubble with one blocker, two blockers? Like, it's still an ongoing experiment. But I do get why you said that. I do. I appreciate it, man. Comment, like, subscribe. Hey, you better follow the page, man. Show some love. But I really do appreciate it. Now, Oklahoma this week, right? Big game. Oklahoma is ranked what in the AP poll? Let's see. Because they're 6. They're way overranked. Oklahoma. So this is the perfect situation to be in. You lose to Florida, you get knocked out of the top 25 with an opportunity to be a top 10 team in a rivalry game at that. Especially after last week's performance, anything better than that and a win gets you right back in the mix. Gets you right back in the mix, and you get to knock Oklahoma down, humble them some because they are feeling themselves a little more than what they should be to me. Well, actually, a whole lot more than what they should be. All that being said, like this is a winnable game, but what I saw on Saturday has to be corrected in the run game on both sides of the ball. We look terrible. That defense, I'm telling you, it wasn't how they called the game. It was missed tackles, missed assignments, and getting physically outmanned at the point of attack. Guys versus double teams, guys one-on-one blocks. Like this. Now, I will say this was Colin Simmons' best game. It was his best game by far. But even him, he had plays where he gets in the backfield, misses the tackle. Like it was a bunch of that where we're doing all the work to like make these exceptional plays, and then we wouldn't. I'm at the point now where this defense has to show up and they have to prove that they can get stops consistently versus a good football team, especially a team that really wants to run the football, whether material plays or not. Their offense is predicated around the run. So our defense has to show up as the leaders of the team. Anthony Hill, Michael Taft, those guys have to be the generals and let that offense know we got your back because we're going to get stops. Because what I saw on Saturday, that ain't gonna cut it versus nobody, let alone Oklahoma. But I'm talking about anybody left on the schedule, that play won't cut it. So this is definitely a proven game. This is an opportunity to right the wrongs of this season. This is the number 6 team in the country. Red River rivalry in Dallas. Like it's the perfect opportunity to right the wrong of week 1, of the UTEP game, of the Florida game by going to Dallas and beating Oklahoma. Because I'm telling you, people are on this Oklahoma train with material, without them. They really believe. And I do think with the right approach offensively in the run game and defensively that we can beat this team and come out with a huge win, because that's what we absolutely need right now. Like it is looking bleak without a win versus Oklahoma. Now, I'm curious to know what you guys think about the rest of the season, about the outlook of this season, because I'm still fairly optimistic, oddly enough, because I don't think we're that far off. I just, it's something within the executions of the game plan that we just fall short, and it bothers me because I know guys on this staff and I know how they coach, and they're good coaches, but it's something that's missing, and